Hello, thanks for visiting the Digital Thinker YouTube channel. The topic of this video is generating part usage. Have you ever tried running the average monthly usage analysis or perhaps the monthly usage trends report, but no records are returned? If so, this is typically an indication that part usage has not been generated. There are two ways to generate part usage. First, a procedure was added in version 11.5 called part usage. This procedure can be activated from the job setup screen under Administration Data Collection. If active, the system will automatically generate part usage for all parts. Another option is to generate usage for individual parts. On the Parts screen, navigate to the Usage tab. If the tab is not displayed, check under the More dropdown. Since the part usage procedure is active in this environment, we see the usage displayed. But you can manually generate usage by clicking on the Actions dropdown and selecting Generate Usage. For this part, we can view the monthly usage for all stores. You may be asking, how does EAM calculate part usage? Usage is the number of issues minus the number of returns for the part in store during a given month. Let's take a closer look. For this part, the month-to-date usage is 3. We can validate this by looking at the transactions. The transactions are filtered to show the transactions for the current month. Let's start by looking at the issue or return transactions. Just a reminder, a transaction quantity that's negative is an indication of an issue, whereas a positive transaction quantity indicates the part being returned to the store. So we have issued a total of 4 parts and returned 1. So 4 minus 1 equals 3, which matches the usage calculated by the system. But what about the demand? What does this represent? Demand is the difference between the quantity of incoming parts, such as receipts, returns, transfers in, and the quantity of outgoing parts. Those would be your issues, parts being transferred out, supplier returns, etc. Demand also takes into account stock adjustments. Let's look at all the transactions to determine the monthly demand for this part. We see that 10 were received. We know that 3 were used based on the issues minus the return. And then we have a stock adjustment that increased the quantity on hand by 1. So 10 minus 3, which is the usage, plus 1 equals 8. So the demand that was calculated by the system matches the transactions that were recorded. Now that we understand what the data represents, we can reference the usage reports to help with things such as demand forecasting, tracking part consumption to meet the demand and avoid stockouts, identifying parts that fail frequently or have short lifespans, calculating inventory turnover, and much more. Thanks for tuning in to this week's video. Consider subscribing as we continue this EAM learning journey together. Until next time, take care.